G'day guys, Ivan here from Peak Offroad, Wetherill Park, Sydney, Australia. Welcome to another edition where we're showing you another car, this time with a new product that we also sell here, which is the Bundutec Rooftop Tent. This is the electric one, and they make two versions, black, silver, standard, which is what we got here, and also the King version, which is 1600 wide. So this one is 2080 long and 1400 wide. So good looking tent, been around for a long time. I think now, from what I'm saying, thinking it's 7 years that he's been out. So there's plenty of reviews online, and when you're buying one of these, do your due diligence and have a look at why they bought one of this instead of something else. And they do, with mechanical things over a period of time, they do get some issues with them, but are all very easily solved. A lot of people go, oh no, all the electronics, rubbish. They're pretty bulletproof nowadays. Just think about your car. Anyway, today we've got something which is historical, and what we've got here today is an ex-Army Land Rover Perentie. To give you a little bit of background story, in the old days I actually saw these vehicles get made here in Moorebank in Sydney when they first came into production, and to see them go from a chassis to a complete vehicle from the beginning and to going out now and seeing them in my lifetime, which is now getting old, see the grey hair, you can see it, seeing them now being pulled out through the Army and being replaced with the new G-Wagons, the Mercedes. These have been a stalwart for the Australian Army for a very long time, and now becoming readily available to the general public. And in this case here, we've got to say thank you to Barry for lending us the car to shoot the video. And we're just going to run through and show you what he's done and the way the tent works and whatnot. So let's just not muck around. It's a difficult situation. You have to undo the 4 latches. I've done them, so it's not that hard to do. And we're just going to pop it up. It's not too difficult. There we go. Right, all you've got to do now is pull the ladder out and you're in. The bedding's already been made, and we'll show you inside the tent. But there's also going to be some more videos on just the Bundutec, same as we've done with the alu-cab, the Bush Company, and so on and so forth. And also obviously the Australian version of the Camp King, which is a great rooftop tent too. So there'll be some more technical parts here, but now we're just going to run through one of my favourite cars. We call it a little bit like a tractor, and let's go have a look. Let's go to the back. Well, as you see, these Land Rovers are very agricultural, and this one's done a little bit of work as well, not just for the Australian Army, but also for Barry, the owner. The Bundutec is a pretty simple fit up on these. It's got a rack, and you just drill straight through and put some nuts and bolts on. It's a very simple system. So it's got, I think, 6 supports going north-south, and you just pick up the point and just drill straight through nut and bolt. With this, Barry's done a lot of work. When they come out of the auctions to get sold to the general public, they're very basic. There is nothing in them, and some are not all complete, and some are complete, and some have got no Ks and just had a full rebuild. Knowing these run on a Isuzu motor, but I'll get to that in a second. At the back here, he's already replaced the canvas. He's got a fridge that you access, sorry, I'll just go this way. You've got a fridge that you access down here, and a tap, wash your hands, a little bit of cleaning stuff. The best way, Velcro works really good. The fridge, they pretty much come with 2 jerry can holders on the back, and you can get a version with 4 jerry can holders. They go like this instead of east-west. He's got some bags made up on the back. The actual physical, the back of the car, without dropping it all down, oh actually I might just do that. He's got a set of drawers, and it's pretty simple. You just put your stuff inside, and there you go. He's got a lockable box and plenty of tie-down points for everything else. This is an open version. There's no air conditioning, or nor that it's needed. You just roll up some more canvas, and when it rains, you just roll the canvas back down. Again, very simple, very, very robust. Very, very robust. They come with a galvanised chassis. Disc brakes, 4-speed manual, and well, anyway, we'll continue on. On this side here, he's got his storage boxes, as you see, and with all their Land Rovers, not all, some, they have basic general duties vehicles right up to special forces vehicles. So you end up with communication vehicles also. You end up with different holes for different purposes. Up here he's got just a standard generic awning, and on top of the Bundutec, which you can't see now, and you'll have a look at it in the other videos when they come out, he's got the room kit from the Bundutec, which makes a nice, really big room where you can go hide. The tyres and stuff have been changed over. All I can say is it's a pretty nifty sort of thing. Door handle, that won't break down in a hurry. And as you have a quick look, we'll get you on the other side, Artie. We'll go to the other side. There's lots of electrical here. Again, it's all pretty basic. Everything's done with Anderson plugs. And go have a look at our Anderson plug video. You have vents, which just open to the front, very similar to all the rest of the Land Rovers. He's put in an extra lockbox, but this car is made to go do the work. And with the addition of the tent, because that way you don't have to hide all your bedding, so it all just stays in your tent nice and safe. We'll go to the front. This is going to be quite a quick review, but we will open the bonnet on this one. These are standard tools that you need when you're in the Australian Army, because you've got to dig foxholes, and you've got to chop a bit of timber down, and you also got to do what you need to do. It all comes on the bonnet, and this is really old style. This is the Camel Trophy sort of spec vehicles. He's got the extra snorkel, which is not standard on these, and as you can see here, the vents open and close. Pretty straightforward. I'll open up the bonnet, and this is where the magic happens. The Land Rovers were Land Rovers. They were pretty unreliable. The Australian Army had some before these ones came out, and they were in the standard configuration that were given out by Land Rover. So the new spec that came in to make these ones, and they were built here in Australia or put together in Australia, a couple of different variants. What they did do was get rid of the old engine and put in this truck engine out of an Isuzu. The standard sedan type vehicles all were non-turbo, and the 6-wheel drive ones were turbo. So the standard sort of thing to do to have some little bit of power on these is put a turbo on. Very simple, and they go to turboing very, very nicely. It just gives you that beautiful amount of power that you need. They run a 4-speed gearbox and an Australian Salisbury diff on the back. Again, this is bulletproof. You know, the Australian Army were running these forever and a day, very simple to fix. I don't know why they went with the G-Wagons and all that complexity where they could have gone very straightforward mechanical pump, no computers, automatic valve body, and then you wouldn't have anything to worry about instead of going through all this complexity. But here you've got something that's been robust and has had 30 years of service to the Australian Army. And now in the second life, it'll have another 20 or 30 years by the enthusiasts like Barry himself. The chassis on this is pretty unique. When they build them at the beginning, a little bit of history, they build them from the ground up. So you had the chassis, they're all galvanised, and then the rest was put on. Excuse me. For the winches, there's no electronics in the winch. You had a PTO, and as you see here, this is a winch. Right, that's a winch. You pull a lever and it goes. There's no worry about buttons or anything. So while the motor turns and everything works, it will pull you out of strife. These were all built not for speed. So when they were building these, they used to build them to convoy speed, which is around about 80 kilometres an hour, which is pretty slow really. These do get to 100, and with a better diff, you can do a little bit more as well. But I kind of be very scary at about 110, I think. You just be worried to yourself what you're going to do. Going with the actual tent itself, which is basically what we're here to do, show you the products that we sell. It's pretty simple. It's a 2-button operation, and the ladder gets clicked on the side. You can mount awnings, and Artie will show you a solar panel that's mounted on this, and that just sits on the top, and it's already got the plugs already into it. Basically, a rig like this is for the adventure touring guy who likes to go out and explore the outback the way it should be. Not with all the mod cods, not like some who get a little bit soft, who run their 200s with all full air and all that. This is quite visceral. The car shakes, it rolls, and it's a lot of fun. The 4-speed, not 5-speed, guys, 4-speed is a lot of fun. Another robust piece of machinery. And don't forget, this did come out in the 6-wheelers. And there's a few videos on YouTube on those, but there's been plenty of videos made about the Australian Army Land Rover Perentes like this. I'm going to bring this down and show you the operation to bring it down. So there is a little bit of tucking to do, and we will tuck that up now. So just poke that little bit of fabric down and just clip it down, and you're done. Again, I'm keeping this one short and sweet. If you want to see more about these, Mark, who works with us as well, is the guy who organised the 70th anniversary for the Land Rovers. And he's quite au fait with all the Land Rovers, and maybe he can put a video out and tell you his passion about Land Rovers. You'll see his one actually on our YouTube channel, the Land Rover with the alu-cab roof conversion. Very sweet setup, very, very nice, very pretty. So I hope you enjoy this. It's a very quick and easy one, and hope to see you out there. And again, thank you for Barry for letting us run through his vehicle. The Bundutec Rooftop Tent on top is a wonderful addition, especially for something that's so open like this and open to the weather. Again, see you guys, enjoy, and we'll see you on the next one. Hooroo.